one of gospel music's biggest voices, one of its most private marriages for nearly 3 decades. Guy Penrod's voice has filled arenas, churches, and living rooms around the world. But away from the stage, one part of his life has remained almost entirely out of public view: his marriage to his wife, Angie. That privacy, in the age of social media, has left an unusual gap. And into that gap, a steady stream of online speculation and in some cases outright fabricated stories has flowed for years. Guy Penrod was born on 2nd July 1963 in Texas and raised in Lynchburg, Virginia, a graduate of Liberty University. Penrod spent much of the 1980s working as a studio session singer, backing artists including Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith, Garth Brooks, Shania Twain, and James Ingram, among others. It was during this period, working in the studio circuit, that Penrod first crossed paths with Bill Gaither. That connection eventually led to Penrod joining the Gaither Vocal Band as lead singer in 1995, a role he held for 14 years until his departure in 2009. During that time, he became one of the most recognizable voices in Southern gospel music, known for his powerhouse lead vocals and his soaring, distinctive tone. Since leaving the vocal band, Penrod has built a successful solo career, including his chart-topping 2012 album Hymns, which became the top-selling Southern gospel album of that year. Throughout his very public career, Penrod and his wife Angie have made a consistent, deliberate choice to keep their marriage and family life almost entirely out of the media spotlight. The couple has 8 children together and, by all accounts, has prioritized a stable, grounded family life away from public scrutiny, even as Penrod's career has kept him touring and performing on some of gospel music's biggest stages. This kind of privacy isn't unusual among artists whose faith and family values sit at the center of their public image. Many Southern gospel performers choose to shield their spouses and children from the demands of public life, reserving the spotlight for their music and ministry rather than their personal relationships. What is unusual, however, is just how much online speculation has grown to fill that privacy, speculation that, on close inspection, doesn't hold up against any verifiable source. A closer look at the sources behind many circulating stories about Guy and Angie Penrod reveals a consistent and telling pattern. Numerous websites and social media posts have published dramatic headlines over the past year claiming Guy has finally broken his silence about Angie's health or confirmed long-standing rumors about their marriage, often quoting emotional, detailed statements supposedly made by Penrod himself. The trouble is, these stories don't trace back to any legitimate interview, official statement, or verified news source. Instead, they originate from a cluster of content sites known for producing sensationalized, largely fabricated celebrity stories designed to generate clicks. The same type of content that has circulated false claims about numerous other gospel artists in recent months. Separately, in April 2026, a small number of social media posts and one Fijian news outlet reported unconfirmed claims that Guy and Angie had been involved in a critical incident in Tennessee. That outlet was explicit in its own reporting. The claims were unverified. No official statement had been issued by the family, and readers were encouraged to wait for confirmation before drawing conclusions. No such confirmation followed, and no credible outlet has since reported any incident involving the couple. It's worth pausing on why this matters. When a public figure genuinely chooses privacy, that silence can create space for exactly this kind of speculation to spread unchecked. Not because something is being hidden, but simply because there's no official statement actively correcting the record. Strip away the fabricated quotes and unverified claims, and what's left is fairly simple. Guy Penrod is a respected, decades-long figure in Southern gospel music, married to Angie, with 8 children, who has consistently chosen to keep his family's personal life private rather than public. There's no verified evidence of illness, hospitalization, estrangement, or crisis involving either Guy or Angie Penrod. There's also no verified public interview in which Penrod has directly addressed any of these specific rumors, despite numerous videos and articles claiming otherwise. What can be said with confidence is this: Penrod's decision to keep his marriage private has remained consistent throughout his career, in an industry where many of his peers have chosen the opposite approach. In an era where so many public figures share nearly every detail of their personal lives, Guy Penrod's choice to keep his marriage largely private stands out, and, perhaps ironically, that same privacy has made his family an easy target for online speculation and outright fabrication. The honest, verified story is far less dramatic than the headlines suggest: a long, respected career, a private family life, and a couple who have simply chosen not to make their marriage part of the public performance. If this cleared things up for you, let us know in the comments, and subscribe for more honest, fact-checked stories from the world of gospel music.